All right, let's break Alex up. Let's see what Alex has to say. Alex, what did you want to say? This is Alex from Summer House Martha's Vineyard, correct?
What up, Kempire? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, I just want to say, first of all, I enjoy watching this. This is great. This is awesome.
Thank you
You're
for
doing an
tuning
amazing
in.
job reviewing this. I know everybody is like, yo, Alex is boring. Alex is boring. I'm tired of hearing that shit because let me say this, number one, where are all the storylines coming from? Huh?
Alex.
Okay, so stop with that. Number two, I don't know who just called in. Somebody said that I'm like bread, that they apparently dated me. Maybe we DM'd, maybe we messaged, probably.
That's what she said. She said that you
Yeah.
guys DM'd for months.
Yeah, I just want to say, yo, I'm appreciating the love on the show. I just feel like this episode is too much piling on, so I gotta let people hear my voice.
Of course. I mean, we would much rather see you too, but it's okay. Next time. Next time. I have a
Yeah.
couple of questions if you have time.
Okay.
So a lot of people, and I don't know if you've seen it, this entire episode, we were pro you because we were sort of like, everyone keeps saying that Alex is an F boy, but we've yet to see real F boy behavior. Is there something that we're missing? Would you said that you're a former F boy. Are you former or are you still currently an F boy, Alex?
No, I'm not an F boy. I definitely had my years of F boydom for sure, but I feel like
How
the
long ago?
I would say probably like 5, 7 years
Oh,
ago.
okay. How old are you?
Um, I'm 34.
Oh, okay.
My
Okay.
yeah, my birthday's this week. I'm turning 35.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate that. But here's the thing though, I feel like we've bastardized this definition of what an F boy is. What does it even mean anymore? It used to actually mean something, right? It used to mean like a dude who lied just to get the panties or lied to get the pussy or whatever. But like nowadays, we just call anybody who's not in a committed relationship, any guy who's not in a committed relationship, an F boy, and that's weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I agree, and I think the audience, at least our community that have been watching the show and reacting, we don't believe based on what we've seen. We're watching an edited show. We don't know you from a can of paint, so we don't really know. But based on what we've seen, we can't say that you're giving f boy behavior. What is your reaction though to Summer being vulnerable with you last week and her being hurt? How did you feel watching that scene? Her coming back to the house and crying.
Summer or Noel?
I mean, Noel. Sorry.
Noah, Noah. It sucks, honestly, because the thing is, like, you're seeing all of that happen. You don't realize that's happening when you're there. Like, I don't. That's all. Like, I'm seeing it all for the first time. So the audience, I'm experiencing with the audience. It really sucks. I really hate that situation because it felt like an ambush for both of us, and I
Mm.
really, actually, genuinely appreciate Noelle and her energy in the house and who she is in real life. Like, she's a good time. So I hate that like she had to experience that. Like I'm just always gonna be honest.
When you say ambush, what do you mean?
It's like first of all, whoever put her up to do that, and whoever like was like, "Yo, go talk to Noelle." Like to me, that was an ambush. We could have had that conversation without anybody trying to do that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Speaking, we'll get back to Noel, maybe. Summer, that is major, and you're right. This season so far, it's only 4 episodes, but it has been centered around you. And you and Summer had a bit of a thing last summer. Did you see Summer on Watch What Happens Live and her grading your sexual interactions? You got a 5 from Summer.
I'm not surprised. I'm not
Why are you
surprised.
not surprised?
I'm gonna wait to respond to that though. I'm not.
Why?
Yeah, I gotta wait. I got to. I got to.
Would you
But
rate her a
I love,
5?
I'm not gonna say anything about it right now.
Okay, all right. No, we'll wait till the reunion.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
all right.
Keep rooting for the reunion, and you can get a response.
Most definitely, guys. You're just joining us. We're talking with Alex from Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Alex, I have more questions if you have time. Um, Summer and you, was it just a friends with benefits? Was it how long did you guys hook up for? Was it a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months? Are you still hooking up?
No, no, we're not. Clearly, we're not.
I don't want to assume.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, we moving on. We moving forward. I would just say with that situation, I want to wait to respond because I feel like the reunion is it best deserves that moment. But at the same
But what if
time,
it doesn't happen? You could. At least
Well,
same here.
it's gonna happen because y'all rooting for it. Keep pushing, Kempire. Keep pushing.
I ain't getting paid for this. What do you mean? What you mean? But
We
what?
was trending #1 last night.
Well,
Come on
okay,
now.
all right. We see,
Come on
people
now.
love the show.
The
People do love
growth.
the show.
Yeah.
But wait, here's the thing with Summer. We're a little confused with this relationship. We get why you may have been a little freaked out by Summer taking your photo and sending it to one of your friends. Was that the only reason why you and Summer ended things? Were you guys like were you consider yourselves dating or just hooking up?
Like I said on the show, I was genuinely trying to get to know Summer.
Hmm.
And, you have this experience that you can't really share with anyone else in the house. And so you create this bond. And I feel like that we had that unique connection. It being the first season, we've never experienced anything like this. Like we're bonding and connecting. But, you know, it just didn't feel like we were compatible
Mm.
over time. And
How much time are we
I'm
talking?
just gonna be honest. I always have to be honest with where I'm at. Like I try to keep my vessel clear. I know y'all gonna be like, "Oh, he sounds like a hotep," but that's just how I am.
But how much time are we talking? Are we talking like a couple of months? How long were you guys talking and hooking up and having sex?
Well, here's the reality. Like, and I've seen people say this before. It's like we're coworkers, so it's like we're in the group chat together. We're around each other, so it is just like that. It's like being dating somebody who's a coworker. You're always going to see them, so
Hmm.
moments are going to happen. It's bound to happen. We're
Hmm.
human.
You're still not telling me how long you and your coworker were hooking up.
How long? I would say our situation might have lasted few months.
A couple of few months. All right, so like 3, 4 months, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it was more so. I don't think it was so much about the timeline. It was more about like the amount of interaction. She lives in LA. I live in New York. So
Okay.
there'd be a time I'd be in LA for work. I'd be like, "Yo, we should hang out." If she was ever in New York, she would hit me up.
Okay.
But it wasn't a significant amount of times. Like I'm telling you, this is the amount of times we physically
Hmm.
were physical was very low.
On one hand.
Yes.
Oh. And you don't want to, because she just want to watch what happens live. And we just had someone call in and they called you boring. I mean, they never slept with you, but Summer did, and she rated you a 5. Even though I don't think a 5 is necessarily bad. It's sort of like in
No,
between.
that's awful.
I
Yeah.
mean, you said it, I
I mean,
did.
Kempire, let's look. Come on now. Like we see everything on tape. Don't listen to what everybody says. Pay attention to how they behave.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. How are you feeling though, based on how people are reacting to you? The first 4 episodes are out. People have their strong opinions in regards to who they think you are. What are some misconceptions that you want to clear up?
I feel like some of the callers get me. I think you had someone a little bit earlier. Like I heard her, and I'm just always gonna be honest. I'm gonna try to be honest. I don't say all the things like I should or I wish I could. I could probably say a lot better if I wrote it down.
Here we go,
But
Alex. This is why they get on you. Here he go. He
yeah,
want to write us a poem.
yeah, I know, but that's who I am. That's how I am, and like some people gonna like it, some people gonna love it, some people gonna hate it, and I realize like I've never seen myself this much disliked, but that's okay. I'm accepting. I'm riding the wave with it,
You
and I'm
think
keep
people are just
going.
liking you this season?
Yeah, I feel like honestly, it's tough being respectfully. It's tough being like in this spot. Like I told Preston, it's like it's tough being the only of anything. Preston's the only gay person in the house. I'm the only single black guy in the house, and it's like
Mm,
that's difficult
yeah.
because I feel like a lot of people are projecting how they feel about their real life on me, and I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Mm, okay. All
And
right.
just because like I might be confident or I come off confident doesn't mean I think I'm better than anybody else. I actually have a really, really sensitive heart, and I
Mm.
care very deeply about my community, very, very deeply, almost to a fault.
Well,
And
let's
people
speak.
don't realize like
Can we
what
talk
my
about that?
contributions are.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
that particularly in episode 4? Because literally, I think we all, as an audience, saw that you felt a difference in Jordan, and you wanted to check on Jordan in that moment, and it felt like she switched up on you. What was your reaction in that moment when you were filming that scene?
Yeah, I actually hate everything about that episode. I hate that threw Nick under the bus in that situation. I felt
We don't.
very, I felt blindsided. Like I
Oh,
felt blindsided because I genuinely was concerned. Um, and to me, I was making myself super vulnerable because I knew my experience last year,
mm,
and like I knew that I had the potential of being blown up on. But I just, if I see something and we're in the house with each other all the time, it just felt like it was a time to at least say, "Hey, what's up?"
mm. What can we expect? Because we know we still have what about 5 more episodes before the reunion. What can we expect in regards to your story for the season? Are there going to be more moments that people are going to be like, "Here go this f boy. Oh, Alex is annoying." Like, what can we expect for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, look, maybe so. Here's the thing with being a reformed F boy, it's kind of like Alcoholic Anonymous, right? It's like, are you ever fully not an F boy? I think some of those toxic tendencies come out, but like you'll see the progress and the growth, and you'll see how like I am trying to open up a little bit more because honestly, I have a history of just being super closed off when it comes to love.
Hmm.
And I'm seeing it play out in real time, and I'm like, yo, I actually do desire real love and real relationships. So, I think what you'll see is you'll see me open up more with the cast.
Hmm.
Last year, I was very standoffish. I hate that. I hate seeing that. I hate that like I came off as judgy because I know I can be like that, but like I don't want to be that way all the time.
No.
So, I think you'll just see like me more connected. I don't know if I'm getting the same amount of smoke, but I'm not. Once again, I'm the only single guy in the house.
Which we need to change up next season. Bring back
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah,
Um.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I agree with that for sure. I agree with that. But the way y'all treating us, like I don't see why. I see
You
why
know
like it's
what?
only
We
one.
treat you just fine over here.
Yeah.
We treat you just fine over here. We want to see more single stuff. And again, we don't necessarily see the F boy that everyone, including Chenise, called you this week.
Yeah.
Chenise, can we talk a little bit about the Chenise situation? What is your reaction to what happened last season and what played out in this week's episode in regards to Chenise, her legal situation, and how you brought it to light?
Yeah. I feel terrible about the whole situation, and I've said this, and I don't think it would ever make the edits or anything like that. But it's like I know the difference between my intent and my impact,
Mm,
and I realized that like yes, my intent was pure in the sense that like yo, this was going to come out,
yeah.
and a lot of people don't understand what happens behind the cameras and all of those things. But like my intent wasn't to air her out like that, but it ended up happening that way, and I have to accept and be accountable for that. And that's where I feel bad about like the impact that it's had on her,
Yeah.
because I don't want to be responsible for having somebody have to relive that.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing that like it is Googleable, or it was Googleable, but like it doesn't feel good to me at all that
Yeah.
like I was responsible in some way or involved in some way in that way. And I want people to understand that. Um, but I look crazy because I'm sitting here trying to defend myself, and there's nothing to really protect me that shows how what I really meant in doing that.
Has Shanice like fully forgiven you? Because I know during the episode you guys hug it out, but has she fully forgiven you, or is she still holding a grudge? I mean, she did call you an f boy and Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah. Has she fully forgiven me? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But me and Shanice are good though. We're both Aries. Like
Oh,
we actually more alike than people think. I'm definitely not an exhibitionist, clearly, but we get along.
okay. Are you currently dating someone, Alex?
I am single by choice at this point because, as you can see, just look at the tape.
Alex, do you every like when you're trying to get to know a woman or you're flirting with a woman, do you normally bring up your cousin John Legend?
It's funny. You're gonna laugh at this. I have a song that I wrote called "I Got a Famous Cousin." I might put it out one day. It's a goofy song. It's meant to be funny.
You
But
can
yeah,
put it out
I
right
used to
now.
I used to brag about it in high school. I definitely used to brag about it in high school. So in my fuckboy days, I probably did tell a girl, yeah, I'm John Legend's cousin, and I try to sing like him, yeah. But
Okay.
but 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 nowadays, like I actually resent the fact that that is like even became a storyline. I
Mm.
was very much producers will tell you like I was so upset that they let that out the first season.
Why?
Um, because not like I want people to get to know me,
Yeah.
and like I'm very much my own person. He's a cousin of mine. I love him to death, but like we have different experiences, way different, like unique experiences. So
How does he feel about you being on a reality show? And the fact that you've mentioned his name, does he even know that?
yeah, he's seen it. He's seen it all. Chrissy loves it. He loves
Of
it.
course,
Chrissy's
I
a big
forgot
Bravo
Chrissy's a big
fan.
Bravo fan.
Yeah. They love it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and like the parts that I'm embarrassed about, they're like kikiing and laughing it up. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want you to see this. And they're like, no, this shit's funny.
They have a good sense of humor, I could tell, right?
Yeah, for
Okay. Were you
sure.
concerned?
Yeah, come on. I mean, like you see this last episode. I come from four generations of Pentecostal
Oh,
preachers. Like, come on now. Like, I come from an environment where, like, the idea of doing reality TV is like, oh, you're insane. What? Huh?
no.
Nah, you're a heathen. Nah, you can't do that. So, my family has grown a lot, and they just have to accept where I'm at right now, and they love me for it too.
All right. Noel. And then I'm going to let you go. But thank you so
Yeah,
much for
yeah.
calling in because, some people are scared to call in, but we appreciate you calling in.
Nah, I've been thoroughly entertained by your reviews, man.
Thank you.
I know, yeah, I know you be giving me a hard time sometimes, but like, I really enjoy them.
I said you were lovely. He told me where the coat check was. I said he was nice. My only
No,
interaction
actually,
with him.
yeah. It's all good.
Okay, Noel. So Noel, as you saw in this episode, last week she expressed her feelings for you. That kind of took you back a little bit. Do we see later in the season that you guys possibly find your way to a kiss or maybe something more?
Yes, and yes. I was just say the short answer, yes, and you'll see more layers of myself and more layers of Noel, and yeah,
Are you and
for sure.
Noel currently hanging out? Because I know you're both in
I'm
Brooklyn.
we both in Brooklyn. I'm gonna just say this: Noel's probably she might see this, she might hate me for this, but she's probably upset with me right now, and the streets is probably telling her not to talk to me. So
Why? What'd you do?
nothing, but it's just how people is. Like you see the Twitter sphere, you see it all. Like they
Oh,
like oh
based off these last episodes.
yeah.
Oh, so she might see that's the part about filming a reality show and then it airing those old feelings. Even though you resolved it during the season, those old feelings start
Yep,
coming up. People start getting in each other's ears. Okay,
exactly. You know how it is, Kempire.
unfortunately, Alex. What can people expect in regards to what you're working on? Like, like what do you do? I know you do the music and things like that. Like, what is like your
Yeah,
go to job?
yeah. I think I probably weird people out because I have so many different creative avenues that I express myself. So I love being on the show. I have a music community called Fill the Space where we produce live experiences. I'm also putting out a EP that's going to be presented by Fill the Space on my birthday, which is this Friday. Um, I'm a creative director by day, so I create advertising campaigns for big brands.
Okay.
Um, I was responsible for bringing CultureCon to life. So I have like outside of this reality show, like I have a pedigree, but like I don't care that much about that. Like I just want to connect with the people and make sure they have a good time.
Sidebar, did you or did you not invite Noel to church? Were you just inviting Summer, and why did you just invite Summer?
See, look at that. I invited everybody. And here's the interesting part. Y'all got to pay attention because Summer usually stays in the room with Jordan.
Yes.
So I didn't even know Summer was sleeping down there.
Oh, so you were coming in there to invite Noel.
I was knocking on doors. I
Okay.
was knocking on
Why didn't you
doors.
invite Bria? Bria was like, you didn't invite me.
I knocked on her door too.
And she didn't answer?
And also, it was in a group chat.
Oh, so everybody
So
was
yeah,
invited,
everybody was invited.
but everyone didn't go.
Yeah, but that's not Baptist. They weren't trying to go to church.
Who is like your best friend on the cast, if at all? I know these are your coworkers, but
Uh, Nick. Like I genuinely, me and Nick share a best friend, or at least former best friend, and
Former? What you
yeah,
mean?
yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Is it
Um,
is it does it play out during the show?
no, 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 no,
Oh, okay. Well, so
no.
during the reunion. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, we've had some really solid times, and like we're Kappa brothers, of course, but
You're a
um,
Kappa?
yeah, 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 yeah. Stop,
I'm sorry. I know
stop,
nothing about this.
stop.
People call in and
And,
they talk
and,
about
and let me
Kappas.
just say this: there's nothing boring about Kappa, so y'all better chill with all that mess.
No, no, no. They never said Kappas were boring. They say everything else, but they never say they're
Straight
boring.
up, exactly, exactly.
So you and Nick are both Kappas, and that's your closest. Who on the female side of the cast? Who are you closest with there?
Jasmine. So Jasmine and I have history as well because we're both creatives
History.
and
What
we're
do you
trying to
mean?
make it. And just in terms of being like
Uh,
friends and creatives in Brooklyn, like there was
uh,
a time when we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do and what our creative endeavors would be. I remember when she was working on her web series, and we were figuring out ways to help each other. And so we've always
mm.
had that connection in terms of supporting each other. She supported me when I started Fill the Space. And so that hasn't stopped since then. So it's really beautiful to see it happen, and I'm glad to be a supportive friend for her.
Alex, I really do appreciate you calling in, but I'm not done. I just have one last thing because one of the biggest issues during the season of Summer House Martha's Vineyard is Phil. If Phil should come, you had a big reaction to Phil possibly coming. And then, of course, in this episode, Bria was talking about how she is not comfortable with Mariah coming, even though she called into my show and said that she was good with Mariah last season. So I need your reaction and perspective on the Phil situation and on the Mariah situation. And then I'm going to let you go so I can go eat dinner.
Oh man, I want to answer it, but I also want to let it play out because there's some resolution that you guys will see in the next episode or
With
two.
Phil?
With both actually. So
Oh.
yeah, so I'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you calling in because, Bravo publicity is going to get you.
Right, exactly. But hey, they tell them to invite me to watch What Happens Live. They invite everybody else, but they don't invite me.
Wow, they haven't invited you to watch. Look, that's not the first time I've heard that from like a Bravo Leb not being invited to watch What Happens Live. It's okay. You are welcomed here to the community where it matters.
I appreciate
Oh,
that.
he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He says this is not national
Look,
television.
yeah,
Goodbye.
I'm just saying because y'all know, once I do one wrong thing, you're gonna be on my ass. So,
I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm not gonna.
nah, it's cool. I can hold myself accountable. I appreciate it when you
And
do.
we appreciate that. Alex, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your side of things.
Yes, sir. I'm glad I could.
Of course. Take care.
You too.
So you just never know who's watching, y'all. You never know who's watching. That was Alex from Summer House Martha's Vineyard. I will clip and post it separately. So for those of you that wanted to hear that interview, if he was on video, I would have posted the video, but he wasn't. It's okay. It's okay. But that was some good conversation. Honestly, I was probably more entertained with that conversation than the previous Martha's Vineyard folks that we talked to. Sorry. He's not that boring, Samara. I kid. I'll play it. All right. My.